more votes than any sitting president in history by far. And if we got millions of less, they said you had to win. If we got 63 million votes the first time, so you got many millions more votes. And they said if you get the same 63, there's no way you can lose. Well, we got many millions more than that. So we had a situation, we could never let that happen again because we're not going to have a country left. But now it allows me to speak properly. He's incompetent. He's the worst president we've ever had. And the happiest person anywhere in this country right now is Jimmy Carter because his administration looked brilliant compared to these clowns. It looked brilliant. Jimmy Carter was, compared to Biden, Jimmy Carter was a brilliant, brilliant president. And I was never a big fan. He was a brilliant president. Compared, there's never been a president like this. This guy's the worst. Every voter needs to ask themselves, who do you want to have sitting across the table from President Xi or President Putin? Which, by the way, I stopped his pipeline in Europe. You know that, right? They said, oh, Trump was weak on Russia. Putin said to me, if you're weak on Russia, I'd hate like hell to see a strong guy. I stopped his pipeline. And Biden then approved it when Putin said, you got to approve it. And Biden approved it. But I don't know how many people know. It's called Nord Stream 2. Nobody ever heard of it until I came along. I said, they're building a pipeline to Germany and going to take care of all of Europe. And we're defending Europe with NATO, where we spent a lot more. But what I did is I cut it back, and I got everybody to now pay, because most of them weren't paying. A little thing that the press never likes reporting on. But I ended the pipeline, the biggest thing they ever did. There's nothing bigger than what they did. They were building this massive pipeline. I stopped it. And then Biden came in, and within the first week, he approved it, and it got built. And I think it's just a shame. And then they say, because they're all about misinformation, And they'll say, Trump was weak on Russia. And they'd say, man, the people that know what's going on, they'd say, man. And not only that, the sanctions and everything else. By the way, Russia would have never, ever in a million years invaded Ukraine. And Putin knew that. He knew that. Since Crooked Joe took office, it's been one Biden surrender and disaster after another from China. If you take a look at what's going on over there, both on trade, what's happening, at least they haven't had the courage to take off my tariffs on China because it's just too much money. We're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars because of tariffs I put on China. And you read where China's not doing so well right now. You know why? Thank you very much. Although I did get Iowa and farmers, I got the farmers, and actually some manufacturers came out of it too. $28 billion, right? $28 billion. You think Biden lies awake at night, tossing and turning and sweating and thinking about how he's going to get $28 billion from China for the farmers of Iowa, Nebraska, and some of the farm states? Wisconsin? No, but a lot of people in this room opened up big fat checks and they went out. I said, when I get finished with this deal, because I made a great deal with China, I don't talk about it after COVID because I think it was so horrible what happened, because it came out of the Wuhan labs, and I said it a long time ago. And what happened, and I believe it was incompetence. A lot of people say it wasn't incompetence. It was on purpose to get rid of me. But I don't believe that actually. I believe it was incompetence. Somebody came out, he had it, he gave it to the girlfriend. The girlfriend died, he died, everybody started dying. I believe it was gross incompetence, which, is terrible. But when you look at what happened there, and you look at all of the problems that this world has suffered, and I said, I want money from them. And we took in hundreds of billions of dollars over the years, and we gave $28 billion to the farmers. And just so you know, my people have said, sir, please don't talk about that so much. It makes you sound very arrogant. I said, wait a minute. I got $28 billion for the farmers of Iowa and other farm states. And I told them a year before I got that money, and a year before we made the best trade deal anyone's ever seen, which was actually with China, where they bought $50 billion worth of, and they're supposed to be doing it. The problem is nobody's policing them now because these guys don't know they're alive. but you're supposed to police them. But they were buying $50 billion. And I said, remember the one thing? Go out, relax for a little while, but soon you can go out, buy more land and bigger tractors, right? I said, buy bigger tractors. Which kind of tractor do you like? John Deere? Case? What do you like? John Deere? They're all beautiful. As long as they're made in this country, we like them, right? Biden shut down the investigation into the Wuhan lab. He canceled my program to root out Chinese spies. He weakened my China tariffs. They are weakened. And we had strong tariffs. They used to come in and say, we don't want... You know, at the beginning when I put the tariffs...